All right, so here we're going to look at this question. These are example 2, and the question is to solve x squared minus 2x is equal to 8. So once I see an equation like this, I should know that this is a quadratic equation, right? Why is it a quadratic equation? Because the highest power of the unknown variable, which is x here, is a square. So remember I said quadratic equation is an equation whose highest power of an unknown variable is a square. So here, the highest power of the unknown variable x is a square. So this is a quadratic equation. So we're going to solve using factorization method, right? So the equation that I have is x squared minus 2x is equal to what? 8. So a quadratic equation, we must equate it to 0. So how do we equate this to 0? We'll take this 8 to the other side of the equation. We'll take this 8 to this side of the equation, and this 8 will now become minus 8, right? So this will be x squared minus 2x. When this 8 crosses, it becomes minus 8 is equal to what? 0, right? So the next thing I will do is to factorize. I will look for the factors of minus 8, or I will look for the factors of 8 rather, such that when I multiply those factors, I will have minus 8. And when I add them, I will have minus 2. So the two factors I can think of is minus 4 and what? 2. And I'm going to teach you how we can resolve this, how we can look for these factors in the next video. So the factors that I thought of is what? Minus 4 and 2. So what I would do here is to replace this minus 2x with these factors, with minus 4 and what? 2. So that would be x squared minus 4x plus 2x, right? So these are the factors, right? Minus 4x and what? 2x plus 2x minus 8 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So the next thing I will do here is to group these numbers. So I will group this, and I will group this, right? I group them into two. Group this, the first two, and group the next two number. So the next thing I will now do here is to factorize. So what is common between x squared and 4x? What is common is what? X. So I'll bring the x out and open a bracket. So what will be left here is what? X minus what? 4. So when I multiply back, I'm going to get the original number. X times x will give me x squared. X times minus 4 will give me minus 4x, right? Then I will also factorize 2x and 8. So what is common here is 2. So I'll put the 2 out, open a bracket. What is left here is what? X, right? Then minus what? What is left here is what? 4 equal to 0. So when I multiply this back, I'm going to get this. 2 times x will give me what? 2x. 4 times minus 2 will give me what? Minus 8. So that's factorization for you, right? So the next thing I would do, and also you must know and also remember that whatever you have within this bracket must be equivalent, must be equal to what you have within this bracket. So if they are not equal, that means it is wrong. So here I have x minus 4, here I also have x minus 4. So they must be equal. If they are not equal, your resolution is wrong, right? So the next thing I will do is to pick this x and this 2. So my x plus 2 is equal to 0, or pick what is within this bracket, x minus 4. X minus 4 is equal to what? 0. So if x plus 2 is equal to 0, so what I have here, I'm going to write here. So I have x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So when I take these two to the other side of the equation, it will become minus, right? So this is x is equal to 0 minus 2, or x is equal to, when this minus 4 crosses, it becomes plus 0 plus what? 4. So this will be x is equal to 0 minus 2 will give me minus 2, or x is equal to 0 plus 4 will still give me 4, right? So this is our answer to this question. X is equal to minus 2, or x is equal to what? 4. These are the roots of this quadratic equation.